Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about minimalism and how it actually might be the way to get what you want and how to actually be happy in life. So I wanted to discuss a little bit about minimalism and how I am using it right now. Now, I definitely don't have a completely empty house. That's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about minimalism. I actually started doing this, I've said actually a few times now. I started doing this probably just 6 months ago, maybe a little bit before then. And the real reason why I came across it was I wanted to declutter my life. I wanted to move, I wanted less stress, I wanted to really be able to focus on what was important to me. And I found that minimizing all the distractions in my life is allowing me to do that. So right now I'm definitely in a process of minimizing things. I'm not at an end point, and I don't think I will ever really be at the end point. But I wanted to kind of discuss what I've done and how I'm getting there. So one of the things I wanted to do was uh, declutter my life, as in what is really important to me, and I wanted to spend more time focusing on those things. So I took a look at what was really of value to me so that I could focus my attention to those things so that I could be happy, because you have to really live your values to truly be happy. And if you're getting distracted by other things that aren't that important to you, you're not going to feel happy and fulfilled. So what I've done is I suggest taking a look at your life and deciding what you truly value. So for me, first and foremost, it's going to be my health. So that includes the food, the toxic or non-toxic relationships that I have, exercising, anything that really affects my health. Because I feel if I'm not healthy, then I'm not going to be any good to anyone else. And I'm definitely not going to be happy if I'm not healthy. My second value is going to be my family. So my husband and my son, and anyone else in my close proximity, my mom, and for you that might also include your friends. So my friends are very important to me. So you could just say maybe it's your relationships. Now this is my list. Your list might be completely different. It doesn't really matter as long as you're honest with yourself what you really value. This should work for you. The third thing I have it on my phone here so I wouldn't forget. The third thing I have on my list is helping people. So for me, that is an extremely important thing. I'm lucky because I get to help people in my job, but I'm also using YouTube and Facebook as another way for me to help people. I love talking about health and wellness, and for me, I would not be happy if I was not able to help people. So for you, it might be volunteering your time, it might be donating money to worthy causes, and it might be all of those things. You can there's a lot of different ways that you can help people. And the other thing, the last thing that I have on my list, you might have more things, you might have less things, they might be in different orders for you. Again, like I said, this is just my list. It doesn't have to be your list. Fourth, I have adventure and travel. So for me, once my other needs are met, travel and adventure is very, very important for me. This is what makes me thrive. This is what gets me excited. So going to Spain, going to Hawaii, I want to travel the world. So that's another thing that's going to be on one of my value lists. So the way I live minimally is every day I think, am I putting enough time and energy and focus on these values? Am I spending my money to help meet these needs of mine? So when it comes to money and what I spend my money on, I spend my money on these four things. Now, for me, a few years back, one of these things might have been clothes. Now, if I would have been completely honest with myself, I didn't honestly value clothes. I was more filling a void. Um, I could have, if I would have searched deep enough, I would have realized that clothing wasn't one of my values. If it's yours, that's okay. I'm not saying it's wrong. So mine is I realized that I like traveling and adventure more than I like buying a new pair of shoes or a new jacket. Yours might be clothes. So I used to love to express myself and buy different clothes because when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of money and I never bought clothes ever. I actually shopped at Goodwill and I wore the same things all the time. I kind of dressed like a boy. And then once I did have a little bit of extra spending money, I went a little overboard and I got really excited about clothes and I spent a lot of money on that. Now that I'm coming back and I'm reevaluating, for me, clothing and that creativity part of expressing myself, that part is not as important for me. It's not one of my values. Now all my extra money goes towards travel and experiences. So the way I minimize my life is, again, I take my money and my time and I make sure that these are the things that I spend my money and time on, and I kind of put the other things to the side. The more I remove those other things, like purchasing clothes or redecorating my house or buying junk food here or there or going out to dinner, all those other things I put to the side so I can spend my time and money on these things. So for health, I spend a lot of money on quality produce. I'll buy organic fruits and vegetables. I'll buy in abundance whatever I want. I will go to the grocery store every other day and just buy what I want for lunch and dinner, and it does not matter. I don't really look into the price. So for me, buying healthy food is very important. For me, I need to work out almost every day. It makes me feel good. I will take that time, even though I could be going out to dinner, I could be going out to see friends. My health is definitely first. So I live that value. I spend my money and time on exercising and eating right and reading books on health and nutrition. So that is how I minimize my life in a way where I actually maximize it. My friends and family, I always spend, I really try to spend as much quality time with those people. Sometimes that means not spending as much time with friends, but for me, that is very important. When I go to a holiday party or if I'm going out somewhere to hang out with friends or family, I really make it about the people there, not the food. So if you really value your friends and family, but you value your health more, you might go out to these different events, but don't focus on the food. Don't overeat. Don't eat things that make you feel poorly. Because again, if you want to minimize and really focus on what's important, those are times where you should be focusing on your relationships. And again, be honest with yourself. What are you going there for? Do you put your value on food, or are you putting your value on those relationships? All right. And then again, number 3 for me is helping people. So I really enjoy my job as a trainer. I enjoy my job teaching classes. I like to spend a lot of extra time outside of that, talking to people and helping them find their passion, helping them with, eating healthy and finding, out what their goals are. So that I try to put in every day, even though I'm not getting paid to come onto YouTube or Facebook. I still use these as another venue or avenue for me to interact with people and hopefully help some people. Maybe I'm not helping out a lot of people, but if I can help out, 1 or 2 people out there, that makes me very happy and that makes me fulfilled. And then the travel and adventure. So this one is exciting. This is this extra one that kind of just sparks my interest. And the reason why all the money that I used to spend on clothing and decorating and going out to eat and, jewelry, whatever else I might have spent money on, I now weigh that out and go, you know what, I'd much rather have that experience of traveling somewhere new, being with my husband. So those are the kinds of things that I value. And that's how I live my life every single day. So for me, that minimalization is getting rid of the distractions, which is other things, spending money on things that I don't really value, getting rid of distractions in my house so I'm not bringing in more clothes and bringing in more goods or anything like that. I'm removing all of those things. I don't need to spend money on it. I don't need to bring in more things into my life that do not add value to my life. I can really, look at my life and decide what do I want to spend my time and money on based on my values. So I would invite you to look into your own life and decide, what do you value? Write down those values. And are you living the life that lines up with what your values are? Again, like I said, I don't ask you to take on my values. Those are my values. Yours might be different. It depends on what time in the life you are, what your goals are, what you love. So yours could be completely different from mine, and that's okay. But to be happy, I really do think you need to make a conscious effort to live those values and minimize everything else, all those other distractions. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like what you see. Like it, give it a thumbs up, and you can check out my Facebook page. There's some lively discussions there, and hopefully I will see you again real soon with another video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.